This is Abra, and eating from a lighter source leads to a stronger force. And I kind of just want to break down. I have a couple of videos up on my channel. I think the name of this channel is Abra Beam. So, and my name Abra stands for to be light. It's an Ethiopian name, and so to be light beam. And I wanted to just come in and tap in, and hopefully I would be making more videos for this audience, so there'll be a little bit more content, a little bit more structure, ways that we can communicate and collect ideas, so we can all be on point as far as like the mission here on Earth, as far as reimagining the way that we can interact with the space that we are within right now. So the space that you were within is your environment, but it is also the space that you're within from a mental standpoint, and how you can use certain tools to shape your reality to create a new type of individual within yourself that can grow and be more at peace with the emotions that can come through to an individual throughout this lifetime. So we gotta start taking these skills and these tools that we're using, or we're starting to incorporate and start actually using them now. So I want to bring out a really simple chart that I'm like kind of working out the kink side of it. I want to refine it and get it a little bit more streamlined, and like maybe get some opinions from a couple more people so it can be a little bit more like precise. But it's a really just simple chart that I think that can be a very good chart to hold people accountable, and in any type of arrangement where you're trying to be consistent with something. And it's not too aggressive. It's not like to really put you locked into some type of to-do list or some type of really rigid schedule, but it is something that can help you smoothly transition, and it can be for any type of person, no matter the lifestyle. And we can fit these things into these abundant columns. It's a column, but it's expansion within each column. So you never confine or restrict it in a way, but sometimes we like to see like that. So being able to see everything in a way, but knowing that it's holistic is a good way to go at it for the current human being that we have walking among us. So I have this really simple chart where it's just AM slot, then you have a food column, then you have a PM column, and it's just 3 columns. And the AM, you have some type of meditation that, or some type of thing that's meditative to you. Whether I can list a couple: breath work, a simple meditation, a qigong, or yoga, anything that you know what I'm saying. It can even be drawing in the beginning. So just anything that gets you into a meditative state, and how that that you can do in the morning consistently, and that being your foundation pillar, and then letting that set up for your whole day to be able to go on a more smoother like route, versus if you got up and didn't do that practice. The practice you know that you should do every morning that gets you in a better mindset. Sometimes you forget to do it, or you just don't feel like doing it, and you know you can do that consistently. Do that so the whole day can ripple into a nice, more even flowing day. So you got the AM, very important. That's almost like that's the new breakfast. So your AM practice is breakfast. That is breaking fast, so to speak. Yeah, that's a new way of breaking fast. It's a new breakfast. So then you got your column, your food column, where it's just like all the columns are food columns, but this column right here has a little bit more availability as far as like the range, as you can go into the densities of food that we have designed as humans that's out here so far. So knowing that you have that, most of us are coming from a background that has a lot of physical dense foods that are like a common thing for us. We need a column for that so we can start seeing the pyramid within that. So when I speak on the pyramid within that food column, the food column is we're looking at it in a pyramid as far as like, we're not labeling it as far as like vegan, carnivore, fruitarian. Like, we, in a way, we can use those tools and those kind of phrases to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, spearhead us to a common goal, which is liquidarian and breatharian, not needing to eat or eat very little. So we are going towards that, but in the beginning, everyone's coming from a different stage, so we don't need to look at it, because once you go into the carnivore or the vegan stuff, people start picking sides and have some type of emotional whatever thing about this, that, and third, but it's not even about that. It's about using the tools you got right there to get you to the point of not needing any of that at all. So let's all get together on that, okay? So we breaking it down as far as like, I'm gonna even go dive deeper into this in more words. If you got anything, definitely comment below. So we got like dense, solid, light, solid, you know, semi-solid, solid, liquid, light, prana. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like, just think of the pyramid, but we just label, we not like the dense solid. And a dense solid for a person that's fruitarian can be like, let's give you a good example. A dense solid could be, for a fruitarian person, could be like some gourmet raw food, you know what I'm saying, that's really kind of dense with the nuts and seeds. That's a dense solid for that person. They know what a dense solid is within their realm. Now, a person that's in like more of an omnivore or whatever, they might know that like a dense solid could be some Cheetos, I don't know, like something like that. So they know what we mean by dense solid, so they can dig in that bag and like be at, because everyone tip of that pyramid gonna look different, like starting off, you know what I mean? Like this right here might seem like really hard for you, to another person that might seem like easy and they can get to the next level. So we all got different ones going on. So if you can get that, so when we label and we set your food column out, you got a chance to know where you at and not be confined by a certain kind of diet thing. Just know that whatever you are eating, that the goal is to get to a point where you're eating the lightest food that you know within the particular way, that lifestyle that you like to eat, like lifestyle that you consume on. So, you know what I'm saying, where if you're eating a standard American diet, the lightest thing would probably be like a, you know what I'm saying, some steamed rice and whatever. If you feel like that's light for you, okay. But that's what I'm saying. That what we getting at is that the food column doesn't matter. It's more of it's just there. You can enjoy it, but these other columns outside is gonna fold into itself and become even stronger. So the food column is just gonna fall through. That's what we're setting it up to a point where the food column just falls through and they all become one. You see what I'm saying? It's three of them. You see that? You see the symbol? Yeah. So now we go to the PM, and when you first starting off with the PM, we're gonna keep everyone accountable. But for the PM, when you first starting off, if we're working together on a consultation, I'll tell you that the PM class, we're gonna give you a little break, maybe in the first 2 weeks or so. So the PM class, you want to get something that you know you can do at night, you can do consistent, and it's some type of practice like that's really, really nice for you, that can relax you, so you can go into sleep very, very peacefully. Okay. So with that PM class, it's a little bit more leeway on that in the first beginning of that, but eventually we're gonna get to the point where you're gonna have that PM class be a little bit more stern as far as like the wiggle room, you know. So if you can see that, let me break it down again. You just got a simple thing. It's just AM. I'm gonna get some other names for it to make it more, a little bit more like it's like something, you know, like a established like brand type thing, where it's like it's a little designer. I'm gonna get that fabric on this like template. But right now we just break it down to the foundational standpoint of it. So boom, you got the AM class. I mean, you got the AM column, and you got your food column, and you're gonna go through your PM column. So stay consistent on your AM. You do that no matter what. You're doing that consistently every day, no matter what. And that's gonna build you up to a point where you're gonna get to your food column whenever it's ready for you to consume. If you stay consistent with that, by week 4 or so, you're gonna see that your decision making is gonna be taking a course of its own, as far as what you normally pick and what you or you seen a pattern on what you're starting to pick out now. and you're gonna see you gradually go lighter from you being consistent and seeing the fruits of your labor from being consistent in the first thing that you wake up on. You're gonna see that start to take creep, and it's not gonna be no guilt in it at all. It's all from you being consistent right here and honoring yourself in that moment to know that the rest of it don't matter, but knowing that you can be disciplined on this one thing, so you have some type of way to be accountable and to have fun at the same time. So this right here is your foundation, but the rest of these things are going to become easier as long as you stay put on this and consistent on that. So what we're breeding is consistency that allows for effortless transition. Consistency that allows for effortless transition throughout. That's all this is. And anything that you do is going to come down to that. And this is no different when it comes to being food free. So if you don't know, we on a food free, breatharian, liquidarian type mission, and we're bringing out a side and potential of humans to not need to eat nearly as much as we do, so we can start to appreciate and value the little things in life a little bit more fine-tuned. So that's a quick video, and I just want to give you guys like a breakdown of the chart that I'm coming out with. And as I get the ball rolling, I'm gonna have more topics on things that I see out in the world, and I'm gonna speak on these topics and just give my own perspective on them as far as like where I see them leading to and how it can help us out to become a little bit more nicer to each other. So again, a lighter source, eating from a lighter source eventually leads you to a stronger force. So this is Abara. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned.